Yes. We got the latest reading on retail sales, up ever so slightly. We got the reading this morning. However, it saw the biggest drop in spending at restaurants and bars in nearly 2 years. Andy Puzder knows a few things about restaurants and bars. He's the former CKE Restaurants CEO, and he's with us this morning. How come the drop in bars and restaurants?
Well, a couple things. One is you're going with very high numbers. Ever since February, it's almost been straight up. For restaurants and bars. It's not going to go straight up forever, and it's at a very high level. We're now back to where we were in May. So it's not like we went back to some, prehistoric number. The second thing is there was Hurricane Florence.
Oh, that's
And I can tell you that in, the Hardee's restaurants, the restaurants of the company that I used to run owns, I can tell you they were closed. I mean, you're closed, you do zero business. So I think that may have had an influence. And the Census Bureau said that they really couldn't, or the Commerce Department said they really couldn't factor that in yet.
But absent that dip in bars and restaurants that particular month, absent that, retail sales are strong.
Retail sales, well, they ought to be strong. The economy is just, it's kicking it. I mean, the economy is incredible.
But when we say strong, what's that? Up 4% year over year? Up 3% year over year? It doesn't seem like very much, does it?
Well, yeah, but you got to remember the size of the number you're talking about. This is the largest retail market in the world in the United States. Okay. And when it's up 3 or 4%, that's a tremendous amount of money. If your same-store sales in a restaurant or a bar or any retail store are up 3 or 4% a year on a consistent basis, you're going to be making a lot of money. That's a great number.
Okay. Now, I want to refer to what I call political violence on the streets in America. We saw dreadful scenes in Portland, Oregon over the weekend, and to some degree in New York City on Friday night. And we have, there are Democrats saying you've got to confront Republicans. You've got to get in their face. I think that's a terrible political strategy. What say you?
Say that our wonderful president and our Republican Congress are driving them nuts. I used to be a trial lawyer. The one thing that made you look good in trial was if the other lawyer was trying to insult the judge or and that's what they seem to be doing with American voters. They call them names, they call them deplorables, they say we shouldn't be civil to the other side, they say we should kick them when they're down. This is insulting to the American voter, insulting to the American public. We have the economy itself shows that Republicans can govern. Republicans can get things done. This president can make incredible gains for the United States, for citizens, for workers, for companies. And to have the other side looking like it's nuts is only going to help us in November.
But it's really a strategy to gloss over the success of the president's policies.
Yes.
I mean, you're right, we've got a booming economy here. But I should point out, it was President Trump who started the insults and the nicknames and the coarseness. He did.
He really seems to invigorate the other side. I mean, the last time I remember anything like this was 1969. I was 19 years old. And the Vietnam War was a big deal. And the Democratic Party was seized by the left wing of the party. And they had their convention in Chicago. They had mobs. They had all the same kind of things you're seeing now. And Richard Nixon, who nobody thought would win an election ever, he lost for governor in California, came back and won in a landslide.
That was 1968, actually. 68.
But 68 was, well, I was 18 years old.
Okay. I was a little older than that, actually. But I remember it well because there really was violence in the streets.
Yes.
Mostly about civil rights and, more than that, the Vietnam War. And America ended up electing a Republican president. Yeah, Are you suggesting the same thing happens again?
Yeah, people in middle America, independent voters, aren't going to vote for the party they think is nuts. And these people, they're marginalizing themselves, and the Democrats seem to be intentionally marginalizing themselves and then having conversations with each other, patting each other on the back. That's not how you win elections. You win elections by reaching out. Hillary Clinton didn't do it. Donald Trump did do it, and I think Republicans will do better than people are currently perceiving they will do come November.
All right, well, we've got 22 days till the elections in November.
We do.
Only time will tell, et cetera, et cetera. Andy, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure, Stu. Good to be back.